Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United, and today we are playing West Ham away. If you haven't been around for the last few episodes, we have been absolutely crushing it this season. We've won all but one match, which was away against our bogey team Bournemouth, and it's left us in a fantastic position, top of the league, actually with a game in hand over United, who are currently second, and top of our Europa League group. We're also in the quarterfinal where we drew Manchester City, which will be quite a tough match. For today's episode, we will be playing West Ham, Villarreal, Chelsea, Tottenham, AZ, and then Man United. So it's going to be a real test of our ability to keep up this incredible form. I mean, the next run of matches is just phenomenal. When you look at Chelsea, Spurs, United, City and Liverpool, this will be the biggest test we've had so far this season. But West Ham are another team we should be beating. The form is high, morale is high, the team is fit. Let's get 3 points. Flanagan's robbed Werner of the ball and he's picked out Vasquez. Vilhena, he's got Batshuayi up front. Instead he's lost possession and now Berahino on the counter-attack. Sends it back to Lanzini, who chips it over and Berahino's in on goal, rounds the keeper and makes it 1-0 inside 2 minutes to West Ham. Free kick for West Ham, Lanzini chips it in, Norvet is there and it's 2-0 and we are in serious trouble. Faguli's looking for Berahino in behind. It's going to be an instant third goal for West Ham and we have completely capitulated in this opening 20 minutes. Mamana. Now Vasquez. Picks out Flanagan. It's rolled in and Batshuayi's got one back for us. Lanzini slips it through. And Berahino's got onto the loose ball and that sums up our performance today. He's got a hat-trick. We're 4-1 down. Well, that's been a thoroughly embarrassing performance. I'm not even really sure what to say. Not happy with the team. We are still top of the table. We will stay there despite that defeat, but it's frustrating that we can beat the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City, but then we go ahead and get smashed by West Ham. We lose 2-0 to Bournemouth. And this does seem to be the way in this game, that you can do well against the big teams like we did last season, but then you have so many games like this where you should at least get a draw and instead get smashed. Quite a few changes to the team for the match against Villarreal in the Europa League. We have won all 3 of our first games in the Europa League, so a win today would almost guarantee not only our qualification but our position at the top of the group. So we've got Batshuayi up front with Origi out on the right. Pulisic has come in on the left. Witsel and Wijnaldum are coming into the centre midfield with Chambers at right back, Flanagan moving out to left back and Mangala and Mamana in the centre back positions. Mamana chipping the ball forward to Wijnaldum. Batshuayi's got on the end of that and we're 1-0 up. Bakambu's been played in on goal. That was too easy and it's 1-1. Christian Atsu on the left flank. Time nearly up. And there is the full-time whistle. It has finished 1-1. It's actually our first draw of the season. A little bit frustrating we didn't manage to win that match because it's 2 games without a win now. But it does mean we're pretty much guaranteed to finish top of the group because Villarreal won't be able to finish ahead of us. Not with games against AZ and AEK Solna still to come. It's an important test of our mettle today against Chelsea following a couple of difficult and disappointing results. If we are going to stay in the top 4 and go for one of those Champions League places, we do need to be getting points against the big teams. We've already done that against Arsenal and Manchester City, but Chelsea are a different proposition because we're not flying high on a wave of good results. But I'm confident in the team. We've got Origi up top with Pulisic and Campbell behind him. That is the strongest front 3 that we've got. It's a near strongest middle 3 with Vilhena, Kovacic and Witsel. And the defence isn't too bad either. Chicharito plays in Diawara and Diawara puts Chelsea in front and we could be facing our first home defeat of the season. Pulisic with a free kick, sends it to the far post. Lascelles is up there and he's there for the rebound. We're back on terms. Corner for Chelsea. Hazard puts the ball in. Chicharito's there and apparently it's crossed the line. I thought Chambers had got it off the line, but instead it's crossed over, and it must be goal line technology that's given the goal. Fred loses it to Kovacic, and Joel Campbell's free on the right-hand side. He takes it past the defenders, picks out Origi, and we're back on terms for the second time. Cuadrado going on a run. Mangala clears it away, and Origi's onto the ball. Has he got support? He's lost it instead, and Chicharito's been allowed in on goal. He blazes over. Corner for Chelsea. Hazard puts the ball in. It's cleared by Lascelles. Diawara picking the ball up. And Marcus Alonso's been robbed by Atsu, who's streaming in on goal. And Atsu's done it. It's an 85th minute goal that finally puts us in front against Chelsea. Last chance for Chelsea. Azpilicueta puts the ball into Willian. It's back to Willian, who crosses it. Lascelles gets it away. And that's a full-time whistle. We've beaten Chelsea 3-2. Absolutely incredible performance from the team to come back and win it after going behind twice. And it means we're back at the top of the table, 1 point clear of Spurs. We are the other side of the international break, and we are playing second place Spurs, so it's top visiting second today. And after that stunning victory against Chelsea, I am considering this a bit of a free hit because we did not expect to get the 3 points in that match. So a defeat would be a little bit disappointing, but hopefully we can squeeze out a draw away from home. A victory would be absolutely phenomenal. We've got Origi back up top with Pulisic out on the left flank. Vasquez is coming in on the right. Vilhena, Kovacic and Witsel making the middle three. The defence is probably nearly full strength. We've still got a couple of players out or suspended. Or actually, it's only Michael Keane suspended, so we've nearly got a full squad available to us. So it'll be interesting to see how we do against Spurs. Coutinho looking for Icardi, who's got through, and Icardi fires Spurs in front. Oh, and Baba Rahman's brought down Breland Bolo. We're just on half-time. Why has he done that? He's going to get sent off. Baba Rahman's taken an early bath, and we're going to have to come back from 1-0 down with just 10 men in the second half. Origi chips it over for Pulisic on the left flank. He swings it across, and Vasquez is there. And with 10 men, we've equalised against Spurs. Oh, and Anoma's breaking on the right. He's picked out Icardi, and it's a defensive mistake from Mangala that's cost us. We were doing so well. Walker sends the ball in. Lamela finds Anuma. Coutinho's shot's blocked, and Lascelles clears it out. But that's a full-time whistle. I think we're really unlucky to have lost that game. A lot of changes to the team for the match against AZ Alkmaar. We are pretty much assured top spot in the group, even if we lose this match, so long as we win the last match in the group. We're also playing Man United at the weekend, so an extra reason to save people's legs. And for that reason, we've got Batshuayi up top with Green finally coming in to make his first start of the season on the left flank, and Wijnaldum on the right flank. Loftus-Cheek is alongside Kovacic for this one, with Witsel behind them. Then it's Rama Manana, Lascelles and Flanagan at the back. Ruben Loftus-Cheek finds Baba Rahman in a great position. He's whipped it in, and there's Wijnaldum, who's brought down by Yusuf Bakuna in the box, and we've got a penalty. Might be even worse for them. He was the last man. Witsel steps up, and it's saved. He's there for the second, and he skied it over the bar. Wijnaldum picks up Kovacic on the edge of the area, and he cracks it into the top corner. It's another of those sort of Frank Lampard-esque goals from Kovacic. Ruben Loftus-Cheek with a stunning pass there to find Joel Campbell. He pulls it across, and Batshuayi has the easiest finish of his life to make it 2-0. Wester Doings picked out Manu on the left side, and there's Boutin who hits the base of the post, but I think that will be the full-time whistle. Another very solid win for the team away from home in Europe. You can have no complaints about that. Our final match of the episode is at home against Manchester United. It's another big game following the last two against Chelsea and Spurs. We've saved quite a lot of the players' legs by not playing them in the last match, so players like Origi, Pulisic, Vasquez and Vilhena are all fit and fresh. Kovacic, Witsel, Flanagan and Mamana may be struggling a little bit. But it's a very strong team going out there. I'm hoping United are also a little bit weak because they were in the European football competitions as well. So hopefully we've got a little advantage by being able to rest some key players. Corner for us, Vasquez whipping it in. And there's Mangala straight into the hands of De Gea. Divock Origi charging past some United players. Still going Origi. Great save from De Gea. Well, it wasn't the most action-packed game of all time. It has finished 0-0. I think 9 players got yellow cards in that match. A little bit disappointed we couldn't get the win because they picked up an injury right at the end and had 10 men for the last 5 minutes. But it means that after 14 games, we're still in second place, 3 points clear of Chelsea, which is absolutely phenomenal for the team. And that will be the end of this episode. It's been a bit of a mixed bag, but given the teams that we've played, we can't be too unhappy at the results. We've got a couple more massive games against City and Liverpool at the start of next episode. One of those is in the EFL Cup, so I'm not too worried about that match. I don't mind going out of that competition. Liverpool will be a big game away from home, but they are struggling. They're down in 8th in the league at the moment. And then a few winnable games to hopefully get us back on the right track after a bit of a patchy run of form. In my experience, if you have a good season, you do always have one rough patch of form. So I'm hoping that we're going through it now and that it's coming to an end after the next 2 matches. And then we've got a great run of teams to take out before we play Arsenal. So hopefully we can get back up and challenge for the title again. But I'd be happy with just securing our place in the top 4 this season. But that will be all for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on the video if you can. And until next time, see ya.